All right, folks, we are going to use the gerrymandering simulation website. It's actually called the redistricting game. I know that that sounds rather lame and probably not very fun, but it's a problem-solving activity that will actually allow you to understand how members of the legislature will actually draw new districts upon finding out census results. And you will be able to choose a political party and able to figure out how to give your party the upper hand in the future elections. How do you end up winning each one of the levels? Well, first of all, within each district, you need to have population equality. The game will tell you that you have to have between 640,000 people and 650,000 people, and that goes for every single district. The districts have to be compact. You can't have jagged edges, you can't have skinny little extensions hanging off of it. You also have to have them with continuity. If you have areas that are not contiguous, that meaning you have little land islands out there that are not attached to the district, then they will likely turn down your plan. In order to achieve your mission, make sure that you read the goal. So I'm going to give you just real quick, I'm going to show you how this is going to work. You will not want to use Chrome. You will want to use IE. So you will want to type in to Internet Explorer http://www.redistrictinggame.org. When it comes up, you can read some of this stuff, but what we really want to do, holy cow, that scared me. Yeah, it has music. You are going to hit play game. When you hit play game, you're actually going to, at this point, go to Mission 1 Fundamentals. You are going to learn the basics. So you're going to want to go ahead and hit Basics. And it will not allow you to do so until you actually click Open in New, Allow Once, or you can make options to where you will always allow. I would go ahead and hit Always Allow. And at that point, if a Java or Shock or Flash indication comes up that will not allow you to play, you need to go ahead and click on the little boxes that say Allow, and then also directly underneath that it will say Remember. Go ahead and hit Save. You should also check that at the top of your game, there is not a gray bar. Sometimes there's a gray little pop-up bar that will come up, and it will also be Flash or some other problem, and it will ask you whether or not to allow the program to run. You will definitely want to hit Allow, and it should take you to this page. At this point, you are going to click to continue, and you need to choose a party. Now, it really does not matter which party you choose. There's really no meaning. You're not going to make any decisions behind it, but we'll say for today's sake, we'll do Democratic. In the mission, okay, you are your state's redistricting consultant. So you are going to work for the Democratic Party, which controls the state legislature, and you are actually going to follow your party head's instructions and redraw the districts in order to favor the Democratic Party. I also think it's interesting to look at the names of the people. You have Libby Rawl off on this side and Connor Servative on the conservative side, so kind of plays on words, which of course I think is awesome. Okay, click to continue. Your mission is to create new population equality. Unfortunately, the districts right now do not have the same number of people in them. So therefore, you could actually take a look at each of the Democratic representatives up here. Celia, okay, Cohen Valley, of course, manipulative, empowerment, and Tyree Hugger, which are all, again, just plays on words. But the main idea is you need to redraw the districts in order to create population equality between 640,000 and 650,000 people per district. So you're going to go ahead and hit Begin Mission 1. You can always pull the mission back down if you forget what your mission is. It's going to be up here at the top. And now what you're going to do is you are actually going to be able to scroll across, and you can see that the representatives here, when you look at her population actually needs to increase. So as her population increases, you need to make sure that she continues to win and she has the majority. Now, right now, she has 66% against her conservative opponent. And so what you will do is you will perhaps take some area away from the people around her. However, if you look at this guy, he also needs to increase his numbers. And so he's also going to need to take area. This guy and this gal are going to have to actually get rid of some of their population. If you look at 865,000 or 824,000, she's also going to need to get rid of. So what you do is you're actually just going to click and hold down, and you can take your mouse, and whichever way you move your mouse, it will actually take little areas out of neighboring districts. At this point, you can see that we now have 510,000. So I've decreased hers. However, the goal is all of them have to be between 640,000 to 650,000 people. Now, one of the issues with this is whether or not your districting is legal. For example, this is going to be an illegal district because this is not a contiguous shape. So you are going to actually have to fill it in. The other issue at hand, if, for example, I take this guy and I put that little green house inside my number 3 zone, you'll see that that house is green, which means he matches up with zone 1. In District 1, now that his house is gone, okay, he actually cannot even run for the election. So therefore, you have to make sure that their homes are going to remain in their territory. Other things that you cannot do, obviously making some weird, okay, little things out here, okay. As you recall, that's going to be probably not passed when you hit get feedback, but we'll give it a shot. So we're going to hit number 2. When you think you have the mission whooped, then you are going to hit get feedback. And the state legislature is actually going to check it first. So you must achieve the mission goals before the state legislature will vote on your plan. So it looks to me like we aren't even close to having it planned. When you actually do, or I'm sorry, we aren't even close to having it fulfilled. So when you do get the actual mission fulfilled, then you're going to go to get feedback. The state legislature will vote. The state governor will then vote. And then the state courts are really the ones that are going to decide whether or not they are constitutionally allowable, and they will continue on from there. Now, if all 3 of those are going to approve your redistricting, then you will hit submit for approval. The governor is going to vote on your plan, and as you can see, there's no way, okay, that the state legislature is going to vote, which means that the governor isn't going to even consider it, and the state courts also are not going to be considering it. You can always skip the get feedback and go straight for the submit approval, which is really what I would do after at least understanding the first mission. If we go back, you can also go to mission 2, which is partisan gerrymandering. It's a little bit more complicated. You are going to have a different mission. Now you have to have population equality, and you have to have a party majority in 3 of the districts instead of just 2. So this is going to be another a little bit more complex game. You also will have the third game, and the third game, if it will go back to it, is going to continue to get a little bit more complex. And then again, the fourth is going to be the idea of maybe reforming the gerrymandering practice. So that's the game. I think that you'll enjoy it once you kind of get the hang of it. Be patient. If some of the political little representatives start flapping their arms and throwing fits, if they're not in your party, that's a good thing. You should be upsetting them. If they are in your party, you should probably evaluate what you are doing that's making them mad and redistrict. All right, good luck. Take screenshots. The easiest way to take a screenshot is actually to go down to the start button. Go ahead and hit snip. And at that point, when you have your success screen, I want you to simply capture it. Go ahead and hit save. And I want you to save it to your computer. And that way, when I ask you to send it to me on Monday, I will have that. All right, good luck, guys.